Good afternoon, it's Caroline Stevens seeking the truth. We've just had a little bit of a lunch break and I just thought I'd get the definition of hate speech from YouTube. Now, hate speech, bearing in mind I've just had a video removed under the guise of hate speech. It's a video that will focus on age, caste, disability, ethnicity, gender identity and expression, nationality, race, immigration status, religion, sex, gender, sexual orientation, victims of a major violent event and their kin, and veteran states. So I guess when that video was removed, they must be focusing on the thought of those victims of a major event, major violent event, and their family. So that's one thing that I uncovered at lunchtime. Now I've had a bit of a review of the papers. We've got Matthew Hancock, that name keeps cropping up. Oh, he's so concerned about our health, you know. He's been urging Britons to stay home to save lives. We've got the New European newspaper issuing a free, I'm not sure I should say this word, BOLLOCKS, to Brexit passport holders. Now, just bear in mind that this is just to create and continue the division from the vote on the 23rd of June 2016. And but to compound the issue, Farage has lowered himself to be interviewed by the New European, and he believes that this coronavirus is going to lead to a no-deal Brexit. Well, the Brexit thing, that is just a sideshow. He is still obviously in place to mislead people about what's happening with the New World Order. So we can forget about him. He's not a serious player anymore. Mayor of London, on the other hand, he's issuing a directive saying stop going to the pub or I'll ban you. So the Mayor of London thinks he can tell the great British people not to go to the pub or use public services, public transport services. And yes, what I've been saying on a couple of videos recently, I've been talking about the possibility of hyperinflation. Now, it's okay if you've got money in the bank and you're trying to get the money out of your bank and have enough saved to buy food, toilet rolls, etc., etc. But we have now got mums who have been reliant upon formula milk for their babies, and people are selling formula milk on social media, on Amazon, eBay, for 3 times the price of a tin of formula milk in the supermarket. So, for example, eBay is selling soya milk for £38.99, and it would normally retail at Sainsbury's at £13. So it's triple the price. And what else have we got? I've had a conversation with somebody at lunchtime. They know somebody quite high up in the NHS, one of the top managers, and the coronavirus apparently is a bit of a hoax. But she cannot speak out about it. So I just thought I would put that out there for people to investigate. And also, Russia is saying they've got proof that, COVID-19 has the same symptoms as pneumonia and sarin. It's like a mild sarin. And what was it? They're focused on Iran, Italy, and Spain. And yeah, same result. Have people been infected through the atmosphere, through chemical trails? But of course, all of this coronavirus is a distraction in a way. I know it's a serious distraction from what our government is planning for us. And, you know, as we said earlier this morning, we said the politicians are, well, they're just riding roughshod over us. They're producing acts and laws and what have you, which have not got our interests at heart at all. But as I say, they have got vested interests in the water. We've got the richest MP in the UK is the chairman of UK Water Partnership, and by all accounts, it looks like they want to link our water supply with the global water supply for profit. So this is your Conservative government. For those people who still don't get this yet, this Conservative government, it does not matter whether it's Conservative, whether it's Labour. The fact of the matter is, most of our debt, bearing in mind we're the second most indebted country in the entire world, second to the USA, what can I say? We should just wipe off those debts, and we should not be paying the banksters. We've got the Bank of England, America's got the Fed. What is the plan? Alex?
Yes, obviously the plan is to crash the economy, and what Nigel Farage said, you said no deal Brexit. It was they were talking about the whole time, that they will achieve no deal Brexit, and at the same time the global economy will go down, that they will crush the global economy. It was their plan the last half a year. So it's obvious that they want to do it. And this accumulation of debt through wars that we have paid, you in Britain, even if they called you heroes, the heroes in Second World War, and the German were like the evil people. I mean, a German farmer has not provoked a war against a British farmer.
No.
Or a fisher in Germany hasn't provoked it. It was other forces, and they were planning it, and they were planning it because they wanted to kill off people, and they wanted to get people in debt in all countries. It's no doubt about it. And the debt has accumulated so much, and they have sucked out the money. The debt against the human race, against humanity, is so huge. It's immense, and the debt must be paid to the fullest, in as far as I'm concerned. So we have to, next week we could do several shows, for example, about the Illuminati, how they were planning to attack us from all kinds of a field. It was like the banking system, how they did it, the education, how they did it, media, and religion, military intelligence, all this that we have paid for. We have paid for development of genocidal methods that are used against us, for example, the chemtrailing, so that we could look at the cost of everything and look at, for example, the students in university who study journalism. What can they contribute with? What do they know? We cannot even say who did the attacks like
Well, that's a good point, actually,
2001.
because you're right. Because well, I was just thinking that why are students at university full stop at the moment? Because they're not going to get value for money, that's for sure. And with the prospect of unemployment easily reaching above 25% with this guaranteed supposed universal income for everybody. Remember the Green New Deal, which I was discussing with Sandy Adams only a few weeks ago. That new Green Deal seemed so surreal, that they were looking at having everybody on the same salary, most people not flying, most people having to spend £25,000 per house to refit, to retrofit with the gas, etc., etc., where it's about global communism. And until people are not realizing what is going on here, and they expect the American troops to come in and liberate them as if it's some sort of very, very quick war. That's not going to happen at all. I just don't get that. Why you go to America, you go to certain parts of America, and you would think you were in a third world country. They have huge amounts of unemployment, and a lot of people, because they fail to pay some sort of minor motor offence, speeding or going through a traffic light, etc., they end up in prison in no time at all. So yes, they don't mess about, but do you think that justifies people who have no income because they maybe worked in the areas where there had been great car production in the past? Unemployment in parts of America is 48-50%. So if people are looking at that being some sort of role model and some sort of messiah figure, well, hang on, they are the most indebted country in the world. So Britain, bearing in mind we are the holders of God's covenant, that's what Britain means, then we have got to stand up for ourselves. And as you say, we do need to have a court system. Maybe, somebody said to me today, maybe we should be writing to all these MPs and putting them on notice and doing a class action. I don't know if that's going to work. Of course, as this martial law kicks in, it's going to make it more difficult for us to get together and plan strategies. The people we have had on social media and Facebook, on our mainstream media, in politics and associated sort of fields, they have all been stooges, whether people want to accept it or not. They have all been stooges for the establishment. They have all had their snouts in the trough, as they say. So we cannot rely on any of these people to help us. We've only got God.
Sorry, I believe we have to build up it from scratch, and now it's also March, so we if you say that you can take some little region and take care on with the people, so that we also start with that every region starts production of food, because they want us to be without food and without water. It's obvious, and it's so evil. They are completely thinking differently, and it would be good to decide, all people who are within NATO, that we will have committees in each country, and we would have right to go inside all the military bases and check, because there's especially in the United States, there is whistleblowers has said that they have seen a lot of guillotines, and somebody said that they have seen it even in Germany, guillotines.
Oh, guillotines.
Yes, and a huge amounts of. like 10,000 in the United States. I don't know if it's true. I haven't seen them.
So if you're watching
but,
now from the United States, are you aware of any guillotines? I mean, the United States has got FEMA camps, yeah?
Yeah, people have talked about it a lot, and soldiers who said something about it disappeared. So we would have right to check if there are any guillotines, and also check with companies that possibly have sold guillotines and developed and had it as a product. We have right to know that. And also, like the Illuminati said that corporation umbrella is real, and that the one world leader will be CEO of all these. So it means it's prepared in different countries that he will take over like a CEO of the company. And I can see here in Czech Republic, those billionaires, there are some of them. Where did they get the money from to start this company? So that you can maybe suspect that they have got the money, build up this company for this one world leader, and then like give it away to him. So, and if somebody have seen a film Resident Evil, there I haven't seen it. There would be a very evil corporation umbrella, and what they have put out the Illuminati in a video that was published, I believe, first half of 2014. Umbrella Corporation and zombies are real and really exists by like killers. Some people know Umbrella Corporation from the video game series called Resident Evil, and also from the Resident Evil movies. The truth is that this company really exists. Currently, Umbrella Corporation is the largest and most dangerous company in the world. This company produces pharmaceutical products, beauty products, healthcare products, and much more. But it is also involved in computer and digital products development, producer of many additives to food and beverages. On much darker side is also the main leader in people cloning, chemical and nuclear research, HARP, bioorganic...
Sorry to interrupt you there. So what's the organisation called that's into human cloning?
Umbrella.
The umbrella. And what is the symbology? Is it an umbrella?
Yeah, it looks like almost the Maltese cross, close to that.
Yeah, the Maltese cross.
I have the build, so I can show you on Monday.
Okay.
I have the picture. And by the way, the Maltese sign, the Illuminati sign, what they say is, can you see it?
Yes.
They say that these 4 arrows, that it's secret, these 4 arrows means evil, power, pride, destruction. And that where the arrows come together, it means end times. And we are in end times. So evil, power, pride, destruction.
Evil, power, pride, and destruction.
Top secret Illuminati symbol revealed by like killers. But this company, for example, work with HARP, bioorganic weaponry, MK Ultra Blue Beam Project, and many other negative things. I can speak about it next week more.
We talk about symbology being very important, and what did you say about the heart symbol? When you do the heart, or the symbology, what does the heart mean?
The heart, they said that the planet after the transformation, would be called heart, not earth.
So anybody who does this with their fingers, what are they actually saying?
Some of them maybe know about this blend, so this how you call it, New Atlantis Empire.
Because it's quite a difficult symbol to create if you don't know what you're doing, really. What does it mean? I've seen one of the, I won't mention his name, but he's got quite a following, or he did have quite a following. What does it mean when they do this? Sorry, it's like that. It's the 666?
No, it's more, I don't like to do it, but it's like this.
Oh, hang on, can you move your hand to one side, because I've got my phone. Yes, that's right. So it's like that.
Well, I don't like to do it because, I don't want to be filmed with this sign.
No, I guess not. Okay.
So
I've seen that. A guy speaking a couple of weeks ago about the LGBT agenda, and he was actually, ironically, doing that symbol at the same time as talking about the LGBT agenda for children at 4-year-olds. So, you've got the ice cream we have an ice cream in the UK, and it's called Lion's Made. Now, I've interviewed Greg Hallett in the past, and Greg mentioned that the Queen, I'm sure he did, so please excuse me, Greg, if I got this wrong, but about the Queen being the illegitimate child of Winston Churchill, and sired with a maid, hence the Lion's Made ice cream, which was created in 1925. So have you seen this symbol, the heart symbol for Lion's Made?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay, well, we've also got this new organisation, fairly new organisation in the UK called Babylon Health. And that also is, yes, Babylon Health. That is also got a symbol of a heart. And I've checked out on Companies House, and I would urge everybody after this show to go and to investigate Babylon Health for themselves. That's all I will say. Find out who the people are and the organisations and where they're registered.
Yeah.
So this heart symbol it is symbolic, isn't it? There is definitely something going on.
Yeah, absolutely. If I go back to the start, what you started with during the lunch, there was a new report here that a lawyer has accused. He went to court against the government that they have done these limitations with that we should sit at home almost and not go out, and they shut the schools and so, that they have done it in an appropriate way, not according to the law. So he has gone, a lawyer, to a court in Prague against the government that they shouldn't have done this state of need in this way, that they didn't have the authorities according to the law. But the accusations are not like real. What if somebody would accuse the government for all what they have done? It wouldn't look like only that it's a technicalities. It's more that it's technicalities. But anyway, somebody has now has written to the court, and he has already paid the bill for the amount of money for that. So I don't know what will happen.
Right, so he's taken the government to court But he's had to pay bail money.
No, he has already paid it, and the papers are there, so it's real. That it should be real, not just a hoax that we have heard.
I was going to say, we have had people in the UK, they have had these court cases, and I'm not sure if they've always been real, because it's such a pantomime. Really, you should never go into the court in the UK. The court system is corrupt beyond belief here. You'd never get a fair trial.
It's the same Sweden, it's the same here. The prosecutors here, as well in Sweden, they produce fake attacks against people for money of the taxpayers, instead of doing what they should against terrorism and all this. So no, it's the same blueprint. It's like from the Iron Mountain report, how they will do these fake like for attack different people, so that we would be distracted, and the feelings of, oh, this person is so awful that they have accused, and it's all fraud. The most of it is fraud, because the media work together with the prosecutors, with the police, and it's in these countries here in Czech Republic, in Sweden. We have got it in Sweden for decades. And next week I can talk about a child that was removed, Dominic Johnson. He was removed from the parents, and I can talk more about it.
Okay, so you're going to talk next week. We're going to talk about solutions, and we're going to talk about a child who was removed from his parents. Can we finish off then today with?
Yeah.
Can you explain what the Iron Mountain report was about? Who produced it? When did it happen? What the intended consequences? Please.
Those who would like to read it, it's on stopthecrime.net. Deborah Tavares, stopthecrime.net is the text, and it's a lot of text, I guess. And then there is a video. It's from Christian perspective, but one has a feeling of what it is, what kind of fraud against humanity it is, and it's on YouTube channel of Deborah Tavares, stopthecrime.new. And it's the name of the video is, I believe, Iron Mountain Report, a blueprint for tyranny. And the report was they started to write it in 1961, before Kennedy was assassinated.
Right.
And it was finished sometime 1967-68. And they said that it's hope that it's not real, but it is real, because we see also that they are doing it, and it's how they will pollute the world, actually, how they will do these different court cases, produce them so that people will be distracted and live their feeling against these victims, actually, of these court cases, and different types how they will attack us. And then
can I just stop you there? Are you saying then that they actually said in the Iron Mountain report that people would be going to court, they would get lots of publicity, say on social media, but this was just a distraction from what they were really doing?
Like for a show before, they had guillotine in France, and the people were there shouting and screaming, this situation. So now they would have on television and in newspapers, these people, they would pick one and have a court case against him, and the people would write about it and be exalted, and when it's finished. So next one and next one and next one, to keep us busy.
This is what's been happening in the UK. We had all these court cases which never really went anywhere in particular, and it was just to whip people up, to get people feeling sorry for the person or what have you. And it's a pantomime. Been a pantomime, really has.
Absolutely. So it's from, and the meaning is that we will not have, before they had one war, they have produced or provoked one war after the other. And now that it would be like a peace situation, but we would be attacked anyway. So they were preparing for this man. You maybe have seen the videos of the one word leader, this Satan, and it's peace and safety. He will come as a man of peace and safety, but it will be in fact extermination. It would be extermination of 7 billion people and enslavement of the rest, total enslavement. So that it's about. But it's very good that we have the knowledge about it. You see that they are attacking us. They remove your video, but they don't remove CNN, real hate speech against Gaddafi, or real hate speech that brought in a country war or devastation. It was a real hate speech, not what we were talking about, things that somebody else has done as a crime, and we have been attacked talking about it. It's not the hate speech. Hate speech is to say this awful Gaddafi, and we have to go there and like attack the country. It's a hate speech. We have to save the people. So-called, the usual.
That's hateful, to save the people. I mean, it might have come as a shock yesterday when I was talking about the LGBT agenda. We must reach out to people from all walks of society. Now, what we have got in the UK, we have got prominent supported people, shall we say, without mentioning any names, who specifically focus on the issue of Islam. Now, I'm not going to say that it isn't an issue, and all I am going to say is that the majority of the people have got values. They do not want the LGBT agenda in their primary schools, but you've got to ask for the motivation of the people who put themselves out there, stand on platforms and talk about the grooming gangs, because they refuse to talk about the establishment grooming gangs. So that immediately causes division. And the establishment are the people who've invited all these other people into this country. These are the people who have created the wars to force some of these people to flee to Europe and so on. So these are the people who are looking at producing a universal income. These are the people who want us to go have forcible vaccinations against our will. And of course, what will happen is we won't be able to travel on public transport if we don't have the vaccinations. And we can't think, well, it's okay, we'll sit in our own cars, because they're going to ensure that by the 2030 we will not have our own car. We'll be priced out one way or the other. If it's, it's going to be smart cars. Smart cars are not realistic. These electric cars, insurance could rise astronomically. Remember, we've got huge, widespread unemployment in the next few months. The majority of people are only maybe 3 months to 6 months have enough money accumulated to pay their mortgage for 3 to 6 months, or their rent, and many are even less than that. So it's not going to take very long at all for a catastrophe. But that was being created by the global elites.
Yes, and it's important that we have freedom of speech, that we can communicate. I believe that we should act quickly now because of the money situation, the economic situation. And as I said, what can we do? Military. Okay, military, what can they have at their bases? Do they have all these poisons? I would like to see the containers. Show me what you have there or don't have there. And we can say a date, for example, on 20th of May, if you chemtrail anything after 20th of May, the general who decided like lifetime, or we decide what kind of punishment, the pilot who's spreading is, what kind of punishment. Now we should be the one who decide. It's our life, it's life of the children and the 5G. So we could next week like prepare until, shall we say, Monday?
Okay, yeah, Monday would be fine.
And I will prepare like in these different fields how we could handle the situation, and especially the economic situation for everybody, so that the suggestions, and we could maybe discuss with listeners and so a little bit what they think, how we will handle it, so that we will not have 1 month from now a completely lawless society, global society, and people would not have anything to eat.
Well, exactly. You know, the fact is that Nigel has written an article for the New European, which is a very pro-Remain paper, and saying about the no-deal Brexit. He's totally just like the rest of the establishment, because they're totally not understanding what we're worried about, what the people are worried about. They're worried about going to the supermarket. They're worried about paying their mortgage or their rent. They're worried about the fact that they're going to have potentially now their children at home till September. We're only into March. What has Brexit got to do with any of this? That's just fakery.
But it's probably the plan that he has heard as well, that they are planning, those who has the real power here, they were planning the whole time that no deal Brexit and total collapse of economy.
Yeah. And so these people who are paid, they're paid to keep stum. If we knew what was going to happen, because they know what's going to happen, they're planning it. So they're planning it with the banks, they're planning it with the corporates. When they talk about, is it defibrillators? They're saying they've not got enough machinery if so many people collapse with the coronavirus. Well, I'd be interested to know who's got shares in all of these companies, wouldn't you?
All is planned, long advanced. The iPad Goat film from 2012 showed the Brexit, the plan of the Brexit and total collapse of economy at the same time. So they are planning all this. So, but it's good that we can show it and prove it, and there are many witnesses, and now that we can also do something about it. So, till Monday, I will prepare my suggestions, and we can discuss it.
And with the people, that's what it's about.
Yes.
It's about the people taking back control. There's been just too many people on Facebook that have just been information gathering from the state, and I'm afraid their time is nigh now, and they will end up by being outed. But it seems to be that it's mainly women that are pulling their socks up and pulling together, which is really good, isn't it? Because I was talking to a guy the other day. Women used to run the globe.
Have you heard the story that there is a woman who is supposed to crush the snake's head, the serpent's head?
No.
You haven't heard?
Was it in the Bible?
Yeah. And so we are qualified.
We are qualified. Whilst,
Yeah,
yeah, well, now they've confused things with 160 gender, I guess. That, but at least we know we're women.
yeah, we are qualified. We too, and Deborah Tavares as well. So
A
if
trio.
if you don't crush the head of the snake till 20th of May or 20th of April, so we put a date. So I'll do it.
Oh, the serpent as well. I've noticed people have sent me pictures in the Vatican Hall, and it's like a serpent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also, I was looking at some of these health organisations last night, some of their logos, and they've got serpents wrapped around like a pole. So homework is for people to find out about Babylon Health.
And Caroline,
yeah,
Caroline, look at the lovely logo of many of the Illuminati are in Italy. They say it themselves. Look later at the logo of Alfa Romeo car.
Oh, Alfa Romeo.
It's like a serpent or a crocodile or some reptile eating a human being.
Really? A serpent is... So what does a serpent represent?
Serpent, Satan, or the satanic serpent seed.
Start looking around, because I came back from Australia last November. Somebody, one of my followers, well, no, actually, he's not a follower. He likes to say he's not a follower. He doesn't follow anybody, but that's a moot point. But he paid for me to go to Australia, and we went round lots of churches together, and we were looking at the symbology, and that was a real awakening for me, because we walk around, we pass these buildings which may be built 100, 200 years ago, and they have symbology, the way their windows are shaped, the decoration on the front of the houses, and so on. So symbology is very, very important. And also in churches, look for the Jesuit symbology. And obviously the serpents.
You can watch a few minutes video about Vigelands Park, Frogner Park in Oslo, Garden of Eden. You see reptiles attacking people and pedophilia.
In a public park in Oslo?
Yeah.
Really?
Vigeland, Gustav Vigeland is the artist. It's from 40s, I believe. And it's reptilian, about reptiles attacking people, human beings, and also about pedophilia and really. So the video is, I believe, Garden of Eden, Vigeland Park, satanic or reptilian forms also.
It's all around us, even like the coffee shops, some of the symbology there. So it's quite interesting once you get into it. Yeah, it's really, really interesting. Anyway, Alex, thank you so much. If there's nothing else to add, you as women, we just don't talk and talk for no reason at all, do we? Thank you. And you've got your homework cut out for the weekend. I'll just keep researching what's going on, and then I'll share it with you and our viewers on Monday. So bless you all. Have a great weekend. Alex, you're a star, and I'm just so blessed that you come on my show.
Thank you so much, Caroline, and I'm happy to speak with you.
And you take care. That's what, you need to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye for everybody. Goodbye. It's Caroline Stevens, Seeking the Truth. Alex.